We will start the regular press conference by Minister Kamikawa. Minister, the floor is yours. I have one point to make. Next week, on the 12th of June, I will meet and discuss with Dr. Yoko, Executive Secretary of IGAD, Intergovernmental Authority on Drought and Development of the Horn of Africa, who will be visiting Japan, made of 8 countries in the region. The Horn of Africa is at a crossroad between Asia and Africa and the Middle East and Europe. In order to realize a free and open Indo-Pacific FOIP, Japan considers the stability of the region as important. On the other hand, the situation in Sudan is worsening, and Somalia continues to be unstable, and many issues remain to be resolved for the region to stabilize. Japan has been offering bilateral cooperation to respective countries in this region over the years, but more recently, in order to deal and focus more on the region-wide challenge, Japan is strengthening cooperation with IGAD. Last week, we supported a meeting that convened civilian and democratic people. More than 180 women participated, and in view of WPS, Women, Peace and Security, or on the dimension to cultivate human resources who will be crucial on the ground, I think it is a model case toward future TICAD process. Going forward, we will continue to stand by the position of Africa that Africa's challenges will be resolved by Africans themselves, and will continue our efforts in view of the upcoming TICAD ministerial meeting in August and TICAD 9 planned for next year. That is it from myself.
Anyone with questions, please raise your hands, and once called, please proceed to the microphone and state your name and affiliation before you ask your questions. Moriguchi-san, Mainichi Shimbun. I'm Moriguchi. On World Heritage Site, e-commerce yesterday recommended a referral recommendation on the potential inscription of Sado gold mine site, and the deliberation could be done in the following year's committee meeting, so the inscription this year could be foregone. With regards to the exhibition and explanation, the overall history, including the eras after Meiji, should also be included, they say. And what is your take, and what is your plan in terms of promoting your dialogue with ROK, and what are the steps that you plan to take in order to realize the inscription this year? On the 6th, ICOMOS notified us with the result of its evaluation on Sado gold mine site, which was a referral recommendation. ICOMOS, I believe, is of the view that the Sado mining site, gold mining site, is worth considering the inscription as a World Cultural Heritage Site, but they've raised a couple of points. The government takes the recommendation by ICOMOS seriously, and we will continue to work closely with local governments so that we can realize the inscription at the July World Heritage Committee. And we will explore what will be the most effective. We will take into consideration many factors in a comprehensive fashion, and we will take whole of government efforts. With regards to the ROK, we have been conducting sincere discussions with the ROK to realize the inscription of the Sado gold mining site. With regards to the communications that we have had with the ROK, I will refrain from disclosing in detail because these are diplomatic communications. However, it is very important that the excellent value as the cultural heritage of the Sado gold mine is appreciated, and we will continue sincere and continuous thorough discussion.
Next question, Kamimura Yomiuri Shimbun. It is a follow-up to the current question. With regard to the recommendation of referral, the Foreign Ministry of Republic of Korea has not made any statement, but according to the media in Republic of Korea regarding the referral, it is a recommendation to fully reflect the overall history of forced labor, and there could be a very intense diplomatic fight between Japan and the Republic of Korea. So, in view of the report and the recognition of history, what is your position, please? Japan has been engaging in faithful discussion together with Republic of Korea in order to realize the inscription of a Sado gold mine in the World Heritage List. Regarding the dialogue with Korea, as I just mentioned, I would like to refrain from discussing this because this is diplomatic engagement. However, in order to reflect the wonderful value of Sado gold mine as cultural asset, we will continue careful discussion in faith and incessantly.
まゆさん、北海道新聞。Imai, Hokkaido Shimbun, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I have a question about Ukraine. On the occasion of G7, Prime Minister Kishida will have a talk with President Zelensky. According to the press, that there will be a conclusion of a bilateral new cooperation document. What is the progress that you have had with regards to the negotiation of this new cooperation document with Ukraine and with the UK in Ukraine has concluded a cooperation document in the area of securities. What are the content and support that you plan to include in this document with Ukraine? If circumstances allow, Prime Minister Kishida will be attending G7 Puglia summit to be held in Italy from the 13th of June through 15th of June. But the leaders' meeting with Ukraine has not been decided, at least for now. Having said that, Japan-Ukraine bilateral document based on joint declaration on supporting Ukraine, which was issued at the time of NATO Leaders Summit back in July last year. On that document, we are in the process of negotiating the document with the government of Ukraine to support Ukraine, which is facing challenging situations. This is a major policy that we uphold, and we will continue to work to realize a prompt conclusion of the negotiations. In the joint declaration on supporting Ukraine, the documents are to be prepared while taking into consideration the requirements, legal and constitutional, with regards to the support and cooperation in the field of national security. Needless to say, Japan will support and cooperate in accordance with Japan's constitution and legal requirements.
NHK Igarashi-san. Igarashi, NHK. Thank you very much. This is related to India. On the 4th, the lower house election was counted. The ruling coalition led by Prime Minister Modi reduced their seat, but at least maintained the administration. How will you continue the bilateral relationship, and what do you think about the outcome? How will you cooperate in the economic area, please? Regarding the lower house general election in India, I am aware that votes have been counted on the 4th and that the ruling coalition led by Prime Minister Modi declared victory. On the 5th, Prime Minister Kishida also sent out his message of celebration to Prime Minister Modi. I once again express my congratulations to the victory of the ruling coalition led by Prime Minister Modi. India is an extremely important partner in order to realize the free and open Indo-Pacific. The country is maintaining high level of economic growth, and they can be called the leader of the global south, and therefore the promotion of economic relationship with India is also critical for the economy of Japan. Going forward, we have promoted various corporations, including the cooperation towards the achievement of 5 trillion yen of public-private investment and loan. During the bilateral foreign minister strategic dialogue as of March, we have discussed about the cooperation towards improvement of business environment in India and discussed extensive areas about the promotion of bilateral relationship. I will continue my positive engagement in order to further bolster Japan-India relationship.
Next question, 中国新聞、宮野さん。Miyano, 中国新聞, thank you very much for this opportunity. SDGs will reach its deadline in 2030. The follow-up to the SDGs, total elimination, should be the next development goal. And the prefecture of Hiroshima has submitted its proposal to the MOF, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, what it should take. Now, thank you very much for your question around SDGs. The international community as a whole is currently facing compounding crises, and the international community now faces major challenges. The existing SDGs, I think it is very important for us to accelerate our initiatives to achieve the existing SDGs. At the same time, we all know that SDGs is aiming at 2030. Having said that, it is very important for us to start it is very important for us to lead the international discussion, looking beyond 2030, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is already looking at that. During this discussion, how to treat a nuclear disarmament, it has to be considered, taking into consideration different positions that different countries may have on nuclear disarmament. As far as the Japanese government is concerned, in order to realize the world without nuclear weapons, under the Hiroshima Action Plan, we will implement one by one concrete initiatives under the Hiroshima Action Plan, and we want to continue and strengthen realistic and pragmatic initiatives.
This will be the last question. Yomiuri Shimbun, Kamimura-san. Thank you. Kamimura, Yomiuri Shimbun newspaper. It is related to the nuclear matter just discussed. President Putin of Russia met with some of the media, including Japanese media, on the 5th, and regarding the Ukraine situation, he mentioned that there could be a possible use of nuclear by mentioning that the Western side believes that Russia will not use a nuclear weapon. Since the start of invasion over Ukraine, he has been strengthening a nuclear threat. Under the U.S.-Japan alliance, how will Japan respond to this nuclear threat? Thank you. On the 5th of June, when President Putin met with the news agencies of respective countries, I am aware that Putin said that for some reason the Western countries believe that Russia will not use nuclear weapons. In the context of invasion over Ukraine, Russia has repeatedly implied the use of nuclear weapons on multiple occasions, and this is deeply regrettable. As the only country to have suffered atomic bomb in the war, Japan's position is that Russia should not use nuclear threat and the nuclear weapon should never be utilized. This position of Japan has been communicated to Russia on all occasions, and we have been appealing to the global community. Such efforts will continue going forward. Our position will continue. We will be firm in our position. Thank you. This will be the end of today's meeting. Thank you.